So this is a code walkthrough of the desktop application. So far I've started to integrate the functionality with the database, but there's still quite a few things that I need to integrate. So just to kind of show you how it actually looks when you first launch it, the first thing that it's going to do is ask the user for their username. If your username has already been registered to the database, it'll check that and it'll put you right in. If you have not yet been registered, let's just try typing in new user 1. Okay, it's going to run that against the database. It's going to, shows that it's not found in the database. So we will go ahead and actually type that again just so that it will now be registered as a new user. We'll click OK. Gives you the option of which team you'd like to join. So we'll go ahead and join team 1, since that's where most of our test data is right now. I'll give that a second. It's accessing the database, and then it'll pop up. I have pretty much full screen right now. So the main part here, this will eventually be a map of the school with some sort of a GPS grid overlay where we're actively getting the information from the different mobile players. So that's a big piece of functionality that we still need to work out. In the meantime, what it's doing over here on the right, and I am going to make this a little bit bigger, I need to tweak the layout a bit here. But what it's doing is it's pulling active data from the database. So this is all live information. This is not static values that I've put into the program. I'll show you that in a second. So this is the new user here that we just created. And then what you can do over here is you can pick a user. So let's go ahead and give it to test player 1. And when you click on their name, it gives you the option to give a certain amount of money. So once you give them this money, it's telling you the person that you're giving it to, the amount that you're giving it to, and then this is actively updating the database. I still need to work on the functionality to update the list to show the new amounts. Because if we X out of the program, let's just open it back up really quick here. It's logging me in. Okay, so now we can see that test player 1 that we just gave the money to, it's now showing up active. So again, that's just something that I need to work on over the next few days so that it's in real time is updating the list as we're adding and taking money away, and as the mobile players are winning games or losing games. So the actual code that's going on here, it's pretty simple. Like I said, I haven't really done too many Java layouts in the past, so I'm just kind of sticking to simple stuff for right now, and then I'll try to make it a little bit prettier over the weekend if I have time, but right now I'm really just focusing on functionality. So here you can see we have our little login dialog, and I basically just created this new user method down here. So this is what's actually going on. It's creating the database and getting the user information from the database. And then once you have a user that's logged in, then what it's doing is it's now creating a new database by accessing that user's team number. That's why it's important to, when you first register, pick a team number, and then if you've been registered, your team number is associated with your ID. So this will set you up with, getting the team that you're on, getting the amount of money that you have, and then here we are actually pulling the live information of the team players. So that I just got finished today. So that's all live data now. And then down here where our selection listener is for when you're clicking on the player names. So what it's doing is this is the actual selection listener. And then I wrote this give money method down here. And this is what's actually adding the cash back into the database. And again, what I need to do is add some code so that it's actually updating the display of the cash that each player has. So that's what I'll be working on next. And then once we have that information all set, we're going to start trying to tackle the fun GPS location stuff. So that's pretty much it for now. I will go ahead and post a link to all of this code.